Hello, beautiful souls. I know I've been MIA for a moment there, but I'm back. I'm back. I was asked to review some, dies and stamps from a company called In Love Art Shop. And this is what their website looks like. inloveartshop.com. And it's In Love Art Studio. They sent me the products a while ago. I had other commitments and I deeply apologize to the company. They trusted me to review their products, to make things with their products, and to review it and to show their shop. And it took me a little bit of time, to put it all together, but I finally was able to put it all together. So please forgive me. In Love Art Shop, please forgive me for that. So I ended up choosing this die here. And these are the embellishments that I created with the dies. So what I've done here is, for this one, I cut 3 of these out and layered them together, and then I used the silhouette of the die and traced it on designer cardstock, and I did it twice so it can be nice and sturdy, and then I embellished it there. So there's an applique here, rose flower here, paper flower, and a ribbon bow there. And then I took this one and cut it out 3 times and then layered it on top of that one. So as you can see there goes that die there, which is this one. And then for this one, again, I cut it out several times so it can be nice and sturdy, and then I added the embellishments on top of that, the applique, the rose flower here, and the bow there. And then I used this little one and layered it on top of here, cut it out a few times, and layered it there. I think they turned out so pretty. So that's what it looks like. And there's this little itty bitty one here. This is great for really small embellishments. I didn't end up using this one though. So the next die that I chose was this one here. And I've used this one before, and I showed it in a project, which you guys will recognize these. And I created cards for embellishments there. But when you're finished with the embellishments, this is what it would look like. Because, you would, when you put down your embellishments on the cards, you're going to use a lightweight, something that sticks here, lightweight. So when you're done using your embellishments, well, I'm not going to pull this one off. When you're done using your embellishments, you can use these to make card toppers with. I didn't embellish these, but these are easily embellished, and you can put them on your back toppers. Oopsie, on your card toppers, okay? And these have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dies. So what I've done here is I've used this one, and I cut it out several times so it can be nice and sturdy. And then I use this to cut out for the middle. So this is super sturdy. So that's what I've done with that. And I alternated the paper. So the outside paper here is the inside paper here. The outside paper here is the inside paper here. And then the outside paper here is the inside paper there. So it all coordinates very nicely. The next set of dies that I chose were these mini doilies. Since I love mini embellishments, I decided to make mini embellishments with these, and this is how they turned out. I used here clay pieces, and I've cut them out. I've cut out the dies several times so they could be nice and sturdy, especially since I used resin pieces. I don't want this to bend, as you can see here. And then I made my own words and printed it out on designer paper, and then I just embellished with ribbon and roses and flat back gems and this flower here. I think they turned out beautiful. And what I've used here, I used paint that I had bought in a local discount store, and it actually worked out fine. I've used these paints here, and I bought these for $1.29 each, and they have like a shimmer to them. It's really, really pretty. And they don't go on very dark at first, you know. I had to rub it a few times. And I just used my finger and just rubbed it on there. And then here's where I used an embellishment mousse, an embellishment mousse that Sabrina had gifted me from the S Factor studio. It turned out really pretty. And then I added extra glitter to all the clay pieces. Turned out really, really pretty. The next dies that I chose were these. I love the edging on these. And one of these, what I like about them is that it cuts out the holes as well. And I can crochet into those holes, and I'm going to be doing that. I didn't do it in this project, but I will be doing that in future projects. But that's a good idea. You know, having these holes here for those who crochet, I can crochet a decorative edge, weaving, you know, my crochet thread through that as I crochet. That's what I like about these dies. And this is what I've created. I'm going to show you the back toppers first. I haven't decorated them, but I used the bigger die. That was the bigger die, right? Yeah. I used the bigger die to create back toppers. And we all, you know, we all have created back toppers using dies or a border punch. And I haven't decorated these, and these were gifted to me. I believe it was from Ida. I know that Sonia also had gifted me a cards, so I just fussy cut around it, and I still have to embellish them, but I created two here, and I think they turned out pretty. And it doesn't need a lot of embellishments because it's pretty on its own as it is. But this is a great way to use, especially your rectangle dies, to make back toppers. And then the other thing I created is a tag. And here's my tag. And what I've also used here is this stamp that I also received from the same shop. And of course I stamped it out, and then I colored them, and it has sentiments on there. So here are the little tiny birdies that I colored and cut. I fussy cut, and then the branch is right here. And then I used this little birdhouse, and I backed the birdhouse on chipboard. So I used the bigger die for the back, and then I used this die here, the next one under, and created this base for it, and it is popped up a little bit. And then this intricate label die here I used to make the top for the ribbon, for the hanging element there. And I did layer a designer paper on top of that. And here then I added my ribbon, and this bow was gifted to me by Sabrina. And I added a flower here. There was a gem there, and I took it out. I removed it and put the flower there instead. I love this faux leather. Love, love, love it. And then I also added some lace behind here. There's 2 layers. There's one here and then there's one there. And then I added this ribbon, this lace bow here. And then a cluster of a flower and 2 roses there. And a sentiment here. And of course the cluster there. And this is a punch that I used from Tim Holtz. And I cut out a few, and then I colored it with Copics in this green color, and then I just left this one in white, and I just glittered everything up really nicely. And this is a vintage image that I have. It's a digital image that I have. For the next project, I used these stamps. This is a coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I have my crafty friends that are. And, you know, I have family members that are coffee drinkers. So, you know, in case I wanted to make something for them in a coffee theme, this came in handy. And then I also used this brick stamp, which I love it. Love, love, love this stamp. I also chose this die, but I didn't make any embellishments with these. This I thought would coordinate with this one, and unfortunately it didn't. The dies are a little bit smaller than the stamps, which I didn't know, but it's fine because these will make cute embellishments as well, and I will be making embellishments with these, which I haven't done yet, but I will at some point in the future. But this is what I created. I also created a tag. It could be a card topper as well. This one also can be a card topper. It doesn't have to necessarily be a tag. But here I love, 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 love the way this one turned out. So here you see the brick stamp in the background. I wanted to mimic like a little you know, cafe shop in Paris or something. This is a die from Cottage Cuts, and so here's how I used this stamp here. I layered it a couple of, well, I stamped it on designer cardstock, and I, you know, shaded in a little bit with Copic markers. And here's the dome. Further, this is supposed to be like a frappe, I guess. So there's the dome in the background, and then this is the frosting or the whipped cream, not frosting, whipped cream there in the background, and I stickled it up. And I backed the top here with chipboard. As you can see there, it is backed up with chipboard, so that I can lift it up a little bit. And I also backed up the sentiment here on chipboard as well. I love the way it turned out. This is my first time ever doing a coffee theme. Anything. Anything coffee theme. And then of course, you know, I added some trims, some lace here, and this is a spray that I recently hauled from a local discount store, which I absolutely love. I love sprays. And then these are my handmade flowers, and here's another spray that I hauled from my local discount store. Here's the ribbon. I added some lace there as well, because, you know, gotta be shabby. Love the shabby. Here's the ribbon, flat back pearl, flowers that I made, more flowers that I made, and I do have a tutorial on how I made these flowers, so I will also link that in the description box below. And here's a little cluster here of appliques and lace, and this gross grain ribbon here, and of course lace down here. I love putting lace on the bottom of my tags. And here's the back. I also backed it up with designer paper, and there you see the lace. I think it still looks pretty in the back. So that's how I put this together. I love it. And this is a fence from Cottage Cuts as well. So pretty. And of course I added this butterfly here. This is a digital file. and I layered that. I also colored some of the bricks with acrylic paint and some chalk paint. So I distressed it a little bit with paint. So I also chose, let me move this to the side here. As much as I love it, I move it to the side. I also chose this die here. This stamp I created. I'm showing you the other stuff that I also chose because I used these in the next project that I will be showing. So I used this. This is a box die. I used this stamp here and this stamp here. And this is what I created. I actually created 2 of them. And I created a little sweet shop here with the box die. And as you can see, those are the stamps that I used. And then I made a little boutique. A little ladies boutique here. As you can see here, this is from a different stamp. It's not from, you know, the shop that I'm representing today. But this is, look how pretty. So pretty. I love, love, love the way it turned out. And it does have an awning here. So here's what I used. For this box die, I cut it out twice. I actually cut it out 4 times so that I can layer the inside. I cut it out once, then assembled it. Then I cut it out again and then cut out all the pieces here to layer the inside. And it doesn't need any closure. It closes and it stays put. There's nothing in the inside yet, and it stayed put. Then I used a designer paper. I fussy cut the image out, and that's what created the closure there. And then of course I embellished it. This is from a die from Paper Tray Ink. And I'm not going to leave links for these because I don't get sponsored by them. And you know, this is all free advertisement for them. But since I got sponsored by the In Love shop, you know, company, I will sponsor them, you know. I am sponsor. Ay, Dios mío, I can't even talk. I will put the links down there because they were kind enough to send me these dies and stamps. Okay, so I embellished. This is, you know, a digital file. This is the digital file that I have. This was a stamp. This was the stamp that I have in my stash. And then here is the ice cream, which I cut on regular white cardstock. And then actually I cut this part in designer paper and this one in white cardstock, and then I just layered it, and then I put it together and put it on cardstock again, and then fussy cut it out so it's really nice and sturdy. And here is the stamp right here. And then here's the cupcake, same thing. I paper pieced. And there goes the little cupcake. I love, love, love this stamp. And then here's the awning that I created, and I added some lace there, some ribbon here. This is a flower that was gifted to me. It was a set of flowers, roses, that were gifted to me by my friend Sonia. And then this one here that says bakery, I also paper pieced that. And here is that one right here that says bakery. So I stamped it on designer paper, and then I colored in a few things here and there, and then I stamped it again on another designer paper and just cut out the awning in a different designer paper. I love, and then here's the other one. This one says ladies fashion there. This is from another stamp that I have. And here's the boutique from this stamp as well. Right there. It turned out so pretty. I love it, and I thought it was appropriate to add this bustier, this lace bustier. And this one also opens, and it doesn't need a closure. It stays put nicely, and I made it like into a gift. It's a gift box, so that, you know, you can carry it this way. It can be carried, and I thought it turned out so pretty. I have one more project to share. Actually, it's three more projects to share. So, love the way these turned out. So before I show you the last three projects I created, I also picked these up, which I haven't done anything with them yet, but I love it because I love this, and I want to make tags out of this house, this gingerbread house. And look at the little gingers. This would be great because I can stamp and have my brother scan and cut these out. And then I have this one here, and this is, I guess this is like to put it on an envelope, to create a decorative, you know, flap for an envelope, or even a card. And I didn't do anything with those yet. Okay, so for my last project, I used this die. For my last three projects, I used this die. Love it. I've also used, this is wings. These are like butterfly wings, and they are so pretty, and it comes with these crowns. I'm not sure what this is. I think this is like a wizard's hat or something. I'm not sure. Oops, one of them just fell. Anyway, it comes with a mirror image wing here, and that one, and this one here. It's so pretty. So I used this one in the next project as well. And I've also used these heart dies. They are so pretty, and again, I can take advantage of the fact that they have holes on the edges and crochet around it. So it comes with this, and it comes with the inlays as well. So I can choose that one, or I can choose this one, and I didn't use these parts. And then there's this one, look how pretty too. And then it comes with a key and this decorative, you know, this I don't know, like a wrought iron design or something, and this beautiful key. And then I can crochet around that because it has the holes on the edges as well. This would be pretty crocheted. So I use these. So here are the projects that I created. So for this one here, I made this. Woo, it doesn't have to be for paper crafting, right? So there it is. Here's the back. This is a punch, a Martha Stewart punch. So for this solid heart here, I just traced in here and cut it out manually. And then here's this beautiful lacy edge heart. Look how pretty that is. And then I also used the silhouette of the die, traced around it, and then fussy cut it to make a solid background. And this is layered on chipboard. And then the lacy part is also in the front. This die cut is right here, and I added some glitter to that, and then I made a charm down here. So this is an ornament, a shabby chic ornament, and I made all those little dangles there, all those charms, all those beads. I layered them in that way. And then I have a little charm here that says made with love. And I think they turned out so beautiful. And then this bling here, and the organza ribbon here, and then I just put this hanging element here, so they can be hung. This could be put on a shabby chic Christmas tree as well. And then this is a mold that I have. I will be selling these molds, by the way. I don't know when, but I will be having these for sale. I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks or so. I have a few molds that I am putting up for sale. So check that out. I will put up a video anyway, so you will know when I will be putting these up for sale. And so I just rubbed some embellishment mousse on here, and then I just added some glitter to that. So pretty. So I made 3 of these using the 3 different dyes. So the next one is this one here, which is, I used this dye. And I used the edging again, the silhouette, and cut it out manually so that I can make a solid piece in the background. And then I cut out the dye itself in the white. Look how pretty. And then here's the back, so you can see it better here. This dye. And of course I had to, you know, mirror image it so that it would fit there properly. And here, this clear back, this shine that you see here, that is clear contact paper that I put there. This is not, I didn't use glossy accents for this at all. This is clear contact paper. I also did it to this one, as you can see the shine on there. Even this heart here is clear contact paper. So, and the same thing, they all have the same dangles. And here's a blue one down there. This one is blue. The only thing that's different is the colors on the charms on the bottom. That one is blue, that one is red. And then for the next one, I did it in this, it's like a deep purple. It's really pretty. But the dye that I used for here is the wings. So I made this one into a little butterfly. So that's the dye for that one. Ooh, excuse me. And again, I did the same process. But this one, what I did was I laid lace on top of the... I used these to make the silhouette again. And I cut it out of designer paper and chipboard. All of them are layered in chipboard, all of them, and with designer paper. The solid pieces are designer paper. Then I layered this one with lace, because this designer paper here is the same thing as this, but it looks different because it has lace on top of that. And then I cut it out, and then of course I cut out the dye itself on the white cardstock and added the glitter to that. So pretty. I love them. I love all the dyes that I chose, and they were so kind enough to send them to me. They didn't say I couldn't have it. They were so kind to me. Thank you so much, In Love Art Shop. Thank you so much for this great opportunity to showcase the dyes that you have for sale. And again, I did the same thing. This is from the heart, from this heart die. I used this, these heart dies for all the backings of these ornaments. And then I used the Martha Stewart punch there. And they're all backed up with this lace that I hauled. So that is my project share for today. Thank you so much again, In Love Art Shop, for this wonderful and great opportunity. And again, I apologize for taking so long to put up this video. I would love the opportunity to share some more in the future. If you'll have me, if you'll allow that to happen, I would love that. I love this. I love all the dyes that I chose. And it's really, even if you get a dye that it's not so great, you can make it great. You can make it where it looks amazing and it makes people want to buy it just because of how you put it together. And that's how I feel here. Even though the dyes themselves are beautiful, they are beautiful. But when you add your touch to it and your embellishments and the paper, all of that stuff really does make a difference. It really, really, really does. So there is everything that I created. Please check them out. I will have the links in the description box below. When I asked for these dies, I don't know if these are available anymore because, it's been a while, but they do have an AliExpress shop as well, and you might be able to get those there. I will link that in the description box below as well, their AliExpress shop. Because with the In Love Art Shop, you can order things and get it quickly if you're sending it. If you can opt to get it here from the US, or you can opt to get it from China. So it's up to you how long you are willing to wait. But certain things you can get it quickly if you order it. If you click on the option for United States, and you can get it quickly. So with that being said, all is well. Let's share, be fair, be filled with love, and love one another. Take good care, everybody.